Hi guys, so in one of my videos, I requested that if you're interested in knowing how to price your product, that you should indicate in this comment section, and actually have some people that are requesting for it. So here is the video. And I also know that some of us as business owners, we tend to put prices on our products on what we feel, or we just calculate the basic things that are much visible, place price on our product. However, there are actually things that we omit, we are not aware, or we don't know that we are supposed to add to also make up how much we charge for our products. And that is why we see some of us selling the same products, but another person is also selling same thing and charging twice as much for that same product. So here is the video. Let's dive right in. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tochi, and on here I teach you how to start a profitable business, make profit from it, and also how you can structure it. So basically, at the end of this video, you're going to learn how to calculate for the real cost of your business, of your product, how much profit you should make, different pricing strategies, why when you give cheap prices it can actually destroy your business. I also need you to understand that pricing doesn't mean you just put in any amount on your product and decide that that's the price you want to sell it. For example, you can just say, okay, I bought this product 15 naira and I want to sell it for 17 naira. Maybe you say, give or take, let me just sell it for 90 naira, or you say, let me just sell it for 100 naira. You're just making guesswork. You're not sure, and you did not actually calculate your costs. You did not calculate your expenses. You did not calculate your workmanship and all of that into the price of the product. Yeah, you're going to also add workmanship. Now, this workmanship, it might not even be you that is producing the product, but the time that you used to package it, how many hours it would take you to package the product, even the time you used to shoot content for your social medias are also going to be calculated as part of your workmanship. Yeah, so that's part of what you should know, that is important in you putting price on your product. So now when you should achieve a good pricing, this is what is going to be covering, cover every expense. It should be giving you your profit. It should match your customers' expectation and also allow your business to grow. These are the 4 things that you should achieve when you have a good pricing. Let me repeat it again. You're going to cover every expense, give you a profit, match your customers' expectation, and also allow your business to grow. So when you're just putting price and is not going to grow your business, then that price is not good for your business. So for me to be able to break these things down for you, I'm going to be giving you examples and mentioning prices here and there for comparison, so that it will be easier for you to understand. So one of the mistakes that you can actually make, for example, if you are making bags and the cost of making that bag is 7,000 and you decide to sell it for 10,000, it looks good. It's actually looking good because you feel like you added 3,000 to it. But is the price good? Is it really good? Do you think that when you calculate every of your expense, everything that goes in for producing that bag, should 3k be the real amount that you add to that 7,000 that would actually give you profit, meet your customers' expectation, and also help your business to grow? Did you consider the transport you use to get the products? Did you consider the packaging, the thread, the glue, the machine, the maintenance, the electrical, the rent, the internet, the phone calls? Even if you're doing it at home, even if you're doing it from the comfort of your home, you have to add all of these things. This is actually what makes you a business owner. If you don't consider all of these things, then it's going to be affecting your business, because your business will not be making profit. You think you have money, but you are actually broke. You don't have money. You are spending and you don't have money. The third one is know your costs. Costs are divided into three different costs. This is labor costs, overhead costs, and then you now have your direct costs, right? So the direct costs are the ones that are directly, like when they are producing the bag, when you're doing the raw materials, the fabric, the everything that is needed to produce the bag, to make it come together physically. Then the labor cost is your time, that time that you use to make your content, to showcase the bag and all of that, the time you use to sit down to make the bag, to produce the bag. That's the labor cost, right? So for example, if you're going to use 2 hours to make your bag, or to package your bag, or to create content for that bag, right, how much is it going to cost you if you're actually using 2 hours? For example, maybe you say 2.5 for that 2 hours. So you say 2.5 times 2, right? If you're not doing this, then you're doing free labor, honestly, because it's not going to be adding up. You're not going to have, that is your labor cost. You're not charging for the labor in making that bag, in making that product. So you should consider that. Now, the third one, that is overhead cost. This one is expenses that keep your business running. For example, your shop rent, your generator for your ads, phone recharge, subscriptions, those things that might not physically affect the product, but it still affects the product. So you must have them shared across all your products. You must put at least small amount on each of the products, so that you'll be able to cater for your business. Because if you don't have that shared amongst your products, then where are you going to be getting money to be able to maintain your business? So this is where it gets a little bit complicated, and this is where, if you get it right, then you're good to go. So now let's calculate the cost per product. I'm going to be using perfume oil, for example. Now, you sell perfume oil, and obviously you're going to be needing bottle, you're going to be needing the perfume oil, your packaging, the label, right? So let's say, for example, one bottle of your perfume oil is 400 naira. Then your perfume oil that you bought is 1.2. The packaging for per product, after dividing the total packaging, right, per product is 300 naira. Then your label per product is 300 naira also, or maybe 400 naira. You total it. That is the next thing for you to do, is add your overhead costs. Now you're adding your shop rent, salary, subscriptions, phone recharge, and all of that, right? All the overhead costs that you have, you're going to be adding them. After adding it, you also keep it aside. Now, how many do you think that you can sell in a month? For example, maybe you can sell 10 bottles in a month, right? So you're going to say the total of that, your overhead costs, divided by 10. If is, for example, the total of your overhead cost is 5,000 naira, divided by 10, right? So the answer, 5,000 divided by 10, that's 500, right? So you're now going to say the total of that, your cost per product, will be 500 naira plus the answer you got when you calculated your perfume oil, your bottle, your packaging, and your label. So you're going to add it together. When you add it together, that is the real cost per product. If you have questions, you can still leave in the comment section and I would reply to it. Now let's add the profit margin, right? So you should plan your profit margin. You're not just going to be adding anything. For example, if the total cost is 2,000 or 2,800, you can actually sell for 5,600. That's, you're adding actually 100% mark on the product, right? However, it also depends on your industry, your competition, and also your positioning. So you can actually decide to add more than that, right? It depends on the industry where you are. Now, let's talk about the pricing mistakes that you can avoid as a business owner. First off, most business owners actually copy their competitors without even understanding the costs, right? And that is why I just explained everything to you from the beginning of the video. So you need to understand your costs before you can actually start putting price on your product. You also ignore the hidden expenses. Sometimes there are expenses that is not visible, you just ignore them, or you don't even, your mind has never gone to it as an expense, right? But there are also expenses, like I explained in the overhead cost, which is the rent, the electricity, all of those things, the data that you buy, the money that you use to run the ads, right? They are all expenses. Now, you also price based on emotions, like you feel like I should give this price because you're feeling this way. And sometimes you also fix price based on, you want to please your customers, you want to please people, you want it to look like it's affordable, forgetting that you actually need to make profit. And what's the essence of starting a business if you're not interested in making profit? So you have to consider all of these things before you can start, right? When you start a business, write down every cost, calculate every overhead, compare them, and also find out if you're going to be making the right pricing decision. If you already have a business, I would advise you compare your old price. Use this video to calculate the cost and overhead of your product to be able to know what is the right price for your product. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and also leave a comment or a question in the comment section. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.